you want to grow your glutes, but are you worried all of the lower body heavy lifting will actually make your thighs more bulky or thicker on the journey to growing bigger glutes? Are you wondering, how do I grow my glutes but not my thighs? I've been getting this question so often lately from so many clients and just people on my social media, so I thought I would make it the topic of this week's video. So don't worry, I'm gonna break it down for you in the fastest way I can, in the most simplest way to understand. So by the end of this video, you will know how to grow your glutes and not your thighs if that's what you're looking for. Okay, we're gonna dive right in, but of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I release a new video every single week. My name's Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist. And the whole goal of this channel is to help answer all of your questions to make your fitness and fat loss journey the simplest it can be to achieve the strong body you want and sustainable fat loss results. And of course, if you find this video helpful, make sure you give it a like and leave any questions in the comments below. I'm happy to help you guys out. Okay, I'm gonna start this video by defining a few different things. So first of all is body type. So let's go off of two different body types that might be watching this video. You might have clicked on this video, one, because maybe your thighs are thin and you like your thighs, but you just want to grow a bigger booty or bigger glutes, and you don't want your thighs to grow on your journey to bigger glutes. Another person is possibly you're watching this video because maybe your thighs are genetically thicker, maybe you have more muscular thighs genetically, and you are worried that on your road to glowing your glutes that your thighs are going to get bigger and your glutes are gonna get bigger and all of these things. So again, there are two different, again, there might be even more scenarios, but I'm gonna go off of these two different scenarios and I'll try my best to explain from both standpoints throughout this video. Because again, most important thing that I try to put through in every single one of my videos is that we are all different. We are all genetically different. And although yes, training and nutrition and all of these things can change the way our own body looks and the way our own body feels, in the end, you are only you, and you can only do so much to the genetic body without surgical enhancements you are given. So first and foremost, I just want you to remember that you are on your own journey, and I want you to take the information in this video to apply to your own body type and not compare yourself to anybody else, because there's only one you. So next I want to touch base on all the muscles of the lower body. So when we are looking at the lower body, so we've got the muscles of what you would say the thigh. Front of the thigh is your quad muscles. The back of your thigh is your hamstring muscles. Then you've got your inner thigh, which are known as your adductors. And then of course you have your glutes. So your glutes are actually made up of three different muscles. Your gluteus medius, your gluteus maximus, the big part of it, and then your gluteus minimus. So one thing you want to remember is when you are training your glutes, you want to make sure you're hitting all three muscles, and I will explain that later in the video. So now that we've defined the muscles of the thighs, so we've got the quads, the hamstrings, the adductor. I'm gonna be completely honest, a lot of the exercises you might be doing at the gym, whether it's with barbells, with machines, with dumbbells that are glute focused exercises, they're probably activating your hamstrings or your glutes or your adductors at the same time. The glutes are a hip extensor. So anytime you are extending your hips, you are working your glutes, but the hamstrings and the adductors are also hip extensors. So a lot of times when you're performing an exercise with hip extension, you are activating your glutes, but you're also working your hamstrings and adductors at the same time. So you are working your thigh muscles at the same time. So what does that mean for you when you're trying to grow bigger glutes but not grow your thighs? So here's the thing, a lot of videos and articles on the internet are gonna tell you to completely avoid any of the exercises that work your quads, your hamstrings, and your adductors, and only perform glute isolation exercises in order to grow your glutes. Yes, technically that will work. However, I don't think this is realistic, and I think rather than avoiding the exercises that work your quads, your hamstrings, and your adductors, I'm gonna say still perform them, but at the same time you are performing these exercises, you want to be performing more glute isolation exercises. And why do I say this? So again, we are going down to our two different body types. So if you are someone who has very, very slim, not very muscular thighs, and you like it that way, and all you wanna do is grow bigger glutes, then yes, you can avoid the squats, the sumo deadlifts, the Bulgarian split squats, all of these muscles that are very, very quad dominant. I'll go over those right after this so that you know all the exercises I'm talking about. You could probably get away with continuing to do your glute isolation exercises that only work the glutes. And you would probably get the results you want, of course, with ample nutrition and other things that would support growing glute muscles. What if you are the other body type? So you are someone who either carries a lot more body fat in your thighs, or say your thighs are a bit jigglier and you would like them to get tighter. Maybe you have more cellulite on your thighs, the back of your legs, or even on your glutes. My opinion is that you should still be doing some exercises that strengthen the quads, strengthen the hamstrings, strengthen the inner thigh muscles, and the glutes, in order to build some lean muscle underneath that fat in hopes of decreasing the body fat in your thighs, tightening up some of that cellulite. I've got a video all about cellulite right here. If you want to know more about how to reduce your cellulite, I'll link that in the description below. And I'll be honest, just overall function in life, by strengthening your legs and building a little bit of muscle in your legs by performing exercises like squats and deadlifts and Bulgarian split squats and step ups. Again, I'll list those in a minute, but all of these exercises are going to just help you function better in life. For example, I am a mom. I have 2 toddlers. Often I'm carrying one down the stairs and the other one says, pick me up, and I have to carry the other one down the stairs. And I feel strong enough to do that because I strength train and I do all of these exercises that should be avoided because I want to grow my glutes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So in the end, yes, aesthetics are a big deal, but also let's talk about functioning in regular life. Strengthening your lower body is so very important in overall function, injury prevention, feeling good, and changing the shape of your body as well. So this is something I found that a lot of these videos or articles on the internet are not talking about. They are more talking for the person who has the thin thighs already and they just don't want those thighs to grow. They like their thin thighs, but they want a bigger bum. I am speaking to the majority of women who struggle with already thick thighs, who when they wear short shorts, they get the thigh rub. Trust me, ladies, I know all about this. I am one of them. And I found personally that they maybe want to lean down their thighs. So working the muscles of their thighs, their hamstrings, will help improve the shape of their legs and also grow their glutes. I could talk about this forever, but let's say your main goal is a body recomposition. So you're looking to decrease your body fat, increase your muscular strength in order to achieve sustainable fat loss. And then your goal is also to grow your glutes. My best advice is to continue to perform exercises that strengthen your entire lower body, but also have days of the week where you are focusing on just your glutes. So you might have a lower body focused strength day on a Monday. So you are performing all of the exercise to strengthen all the muscles of your lower body. And then on Thursday, instead of doing a second lower body workout, you are going to a glute focused workout. So 1 to 2 times a week, you are focusing specifically on growing your glutes. And again, once a week, you are focusing on building the strength in your entire lower body. Okay, what lower body exercises are we talking about when we're looking at the ones that strengthen your quads, your hamstrings, and your adductors, as well as your glutes? So we're looking at squats. So that's a barbell back squat, goblet squats, box squats, a lot of single leg exercises. So Bulgarian split squats, step ups, lunges, pistol squats. All of these exercises are very, very quad dominant. So they are working the front of your thighs and your glutes. A lot of the times you can change a little bit of the movement with your foot positioning or your hinge to make it more glute focused, but you are still going to be working your quads at the same time as your glutes. Again, not a bad thing, depending on your goals, which I talked about before. These are the exercises you either want to completely avoid if you do not want to work those muscles at all, or you want to put in your lower body strength day, not in your glute focused workout day. So then we are looking at our hamstring dominant exercises. So a lot of deadlift variations, sumo deadlifts, trap bar deadlifts, good mornings, Romanian deadlifts, seated and lying leg curl machines. What about hip thrusts? Hip thrusts are an iffy one. Hip thrusts do work your quads at the same time they're working your glutes. So a great alternative to hip thrusts, if you really want to get the barbell on your hips, is laying on the floor and doing a barbell glute bridge, as this is going to really get into those glutes a lot better than a hip thrust will. Okay, so there you go. Those are the exercises I listed, and there's so many more on the list that will be working your quads, your hamstrings, and your adductors at the same time they're working your glutes. So you decide with the information I provided whether you want to do these exercises or you want to hold off and focus on the glute isolation exercises that I'm going to talk about right now. So what are the best glute isolation exercises? Of course, we talked about it already, glute bridges. So that could come in the form of a body weight, a double leg glute bridge, body weight single leg glute bridge. It could be a barbell glute bridge. It could be a glute bridge with a mini band around your knees to activate and get the gluteus medius going as well. It can be a heel elevated glute bridge. So remember at the beginning of the video, I told you there are 3 different glute muscles: the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, and the gluteus minimus. So again, each of those 3 muscles functions a little bit differently, and we need to make sure we're hitting and strengthening all 3 of those muscles through our exercises. So we need to make sure we're working the glutes in all planes of motion: external rotation, abduction, so moving your leg away from your body, and extension. So some great glute isolation exercises are side lying abductions, seated abductions, mini band walking side to side. Another great exercise are deadlifts, but these can be known as American deadlifts, similar to a Romanian deadlift, but you are only going down with the bar just past your knees until you get that tension in your glutes and you're coming back up. So you're not coming all the way down. If you're coming lower to the floor, that's when you get a little bit more hamstring activation. So if you want to stay with just your glutes, you're lowering down just till about knees, just below your knees, till you get that tension in the glutes and you're coming back up. Cable pull-throughs are great, but also bird dog position, glute kickbacks, or rainbows, where you're kicking your leg back and forth. Again, those are all going to get right into the glutes. So those are some of the best glute isolation exercises. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you're wondering whether an exercise is more glute focused or quad or hamstring focused, now that you learned all the anatomy of the lower body and you have a little bit of a better understanding, which I hope you did, that was kind of my goal of the video. I'm just gonna add in one more thing. I'm not gonna touch base on a lot of nutrition stuff in this video, but if your goal is to grow your glutes and you are currently eating 1,200 calories or less and dieting or starving yourself and not properly fueling your body with the right proteins and carbs and good fats, it will be very hard, almost impossible, to grow bigger glutes. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. Something also you should consider. Training is a huge part of it, but as well as sleep, nutrition, all of these things also come into play because you are looking at building a muscle. If you want to know more about eating to build muscle and how much protein you should be eating, why you should also be eating carbs, go check out all the other videos on my channel. I've got one talking all about carbs and why they are good and why you should be eating them and not cutting them out, how much protein you should be eating. I'm telling you how to calculate your calorie deficit for fat loss, but also still build muscle, how to get lean. Go check out all the videos on my channel. They are all there as reference for you guys to help you out. I'll link some of them in the description below that I think might help you out. I just hope I've given you enough information to decide what exercise you should be doing and to feel comfortable and confident in what you are doing in the gym is helping you reach your goals. So remember, everything is not just aesthetic. If you are looking at these certain celebrities who have a certain figure, just remember they have a lot of money and they do get surgeries and they just don't tell people about it, which drives me crazy because just be honest. Just tell the world what you've been doing so that people don't have false hope for getting the same look off of a magic pill that they might be selling to you on social media. Sorry, rant over. In the end, you make the decision as to whether you want to completely avoid the lower body strength exercises and only do glute isolation exercises, or incorporate both and see what happens. I personally found that after both of my pregnancies, I lost my glutes. I had a flat butt for the first time in my life, which I've never had. I'm a soccer player. I've never had that problem. I personally found that doing a combination of lower body strengthening exercises and glute isolation exercises allowed me to get my thighs toned again and hard. Not too muscular, but most muscular enough that I like them. I like where they're at. I have definition in my hamstrings. into my glutes. I've grown my glutes back, but that is personally what worked for me. Again, we are all different. I just tried my best to provide you with all the information so you can make the best decision for yourself. So again, if this video is helpful, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll see you guys next week.